mean, obviously a very disappointing game. From an effort standpoint, I didn't think that we came out to start the game with the focus and the intensity that is needed to win games in this conference. Clearly you're playing a team that was 0-7 coming in, and watching film, I talked to our guys about, hey, don't take this record seriously. They've got some talent over there. They got a low post center. They got another guy who can shoot the three. Their guards are all shooting 35 to 40% from the three-point line. They're good off the dribble. They got some mobility. I've seen them play some really good games. They just haven't come up with wins because maybe they've got a lot of new guys in their chemistry. They're still trying to gel. But don't take these guys lightly. And unfortunately, we didn't start playing until like 6 minutes left to go in this game. First half, we missed a combination of 3 layups, and then we had that one breakaway fast break that we mucked up. That could have been 8 points, and even though we weren't playing well, we weren't shooting well, 29 points isn't a lot of points to give up in a half, and we could have been down 1. And then, again, we tried to pick it up some in the second half, and again, didn't make shots, but disappointing thing for me was like coming out of timeouts and play sets that we worked on. We gave up wide open looks. We gave up some threes to people that we said, okay, this is what's going to happen, and we didn't cover it up. And we didn't recognize it, and so you can't have a combination of not making good shots and then not playing hard enough, and then on top of that, not putting yourself positioned to defend plays that you worked on for 3 days. Wasn't, like I said, until 6 minutes left to go in the game that we got down, 23, I think it was, that all of a sudden, we turned up our juices, we started playing harder, we started making plays, and then had, a great run at it and good momentum until that, crazy play at the end where, I mean, I know it's a rule, it's a terrible rule. I mean, I don't know, NCAA, the rule is that when they reviewed it, you can change a foul call saying that our guy was in the cylinder, and if he's in the cylinder, then it can't be an offensive foul and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't know who's on the committee made that rule up, but, it's anyway.
In the cylinder? What does that
It
mean?
means in a cylinder that you have your space, and and I guess the best way I can tell you, if you had a leg forward and you get straddled by somebody, which if you're double teaming, what else are you going to be doing, right? That if you get straddled by somebody, there can be no foul. I mean, so just swing your elbows, do whatever you want to do, I guess. Anyway, I'll have to go look at that and understand it better. I'm not blaming the referees. They have to call what they got to call. I mean, and they go review it and they make their call accordingly. But again, it was a big momentum stopper for us not to get that possession. But having said that's way down the road. Effort-wise, we were terrible, and it's very disappointing. We're in a position where hey, we play good teams, we play great, and we play teams that are kind of in the neighborhood of our talent level, or on paper maybe you should win, and we haven't done a good job there.
For the first time in the second half, early, it looked like there was some dissension. Caleb was upset that he didn't get an alley-oop pass, and then kind of seemed to
Well, I mean, I don't know the play, but I mean, just knowing the nature of Caleb, there was no dissension. I mean, he might have thought something should have happened, but there's no anything with him, and that's not his nature to begin with. So, I mean, maybe he's telling guys to look, blah, blah. Oh, it was on the bounce pass, we turned it over?
No, it was Ray was going down the court, and Caleb wanted the alley-oop, and Ray waited for just
whatever.
Up, but then he seemed to.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's not. I mean,
I know it's not his nature, but he seemed to be out of it for a couple of
yeah.
minutes.
Well, anyway, and then there was one play at the end which he didn't know. We were trying to foul a certain player, and he thought we just meant we were going to take a foul, and that gave him 2 points. Again, those are the type of little plays that that cost you games. And then not even to mention the 1 second on a shot clock where a guy throws the ball over his head, not looking, and it goes in. I mean, obviously take that one out of the mix, and everything just tightens up a little bit. But hey, that's the golf god. I mean, the basketball god saying to you, hey, you didn't play hard enough. You deserve this to happen to you.
Did you all get the shots you were wanting in the first half? Did you all get
Well, first of all, in the first half, we started out and we got a bunch of post-up opportunities that we had, and we didn't take advantage. They battled us. They fought it. we didn't flash from the weak side to make high-low passes. And then a couple times we did, we got easy buckets. But we were either late on them, we didn't read it correctly, and then against the zone, we'd already missed a bunch of shots, and against the zone, okay, we got some shots, but we hurried it. You know, we took shots that for guys that are normally good shots that they normally make, but then you weren't making it. And it wasn't until the second half when we started really zipping the ball around and cutting behind it, we were able to get, other than those shots, we were able to attack the basket, get to the free throw line, or get good rhythm shots that we started having a chance to make. So again, I thought we were too complacent in what we were running, and we settled. You know, we settled early on, and some nights it's no problem because you get a wide open shot and you by a good 3-point shooter and he puts it in, and they got to come out of the zone. But you know, when you're not making them, you got to go to plan B.
How frustrating is on a night? There were just some little plays. They had a guy miss a free throw, and you had to rebound, and just happened to go off your hands out of bounds, and then they hit a three. So that could have been a 5-point turnaround.
I mean, for sure. I mean, that's one play, but there was also a lot of plays just kind of looking down. I only had 2 defensive rebounds. So, you know, I didn't do my job on the rebounding part of defensively. So, I mean, that was one, but there was multiple other possessions where I should have also rebounded.
How were you able to sort of get going in that run at the end? I mean, what led to that? Obviously, you guys got to go. What sort of ignited y'all?
I know personally, I just wanted to try to come in and bring energy to the game. I'm an affected on the defensive end and just play hard, just be able to communicate with my teammates and just get stuff done the best way I know how.
They really seemed to dominate the boards when it mattered. Just what did you see going on?
Well, again, kind of our shot selection kind of led us into where, you know, we were scrambled and we weren't in position potentially to get offensive rebounds, you know, to have that part of it. But you know, and at the defensive end, you know, we were reacting to penetration. We got beat off the dribble too many times, and you know, again, puts you in a position where you have to come help, and you're giving up, you know, boards. I mean, they got a lot of defensive boards off our misses because we weren't in position based on, you know, kind of what we were getting, and then you know, at the offensive end, I mean, they got 10 or 11 offensive boards as well. Again, we spent a lot of time coming to penetration.
Cam's been struggling with his shot for a while now. I know he hit a bunch of threes a couple of games ago. In that game, he couldn't make shorter shots. But is there? I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of those shots seem like pretty good shots that he's taken.
Yeah, I mean, look, anybody's a shooter. Sometimes you can go through stretches, you know, bottom line, and sometimes it's in your head. I haven't really seen anything in his mechanics. I mean, the only thing that, you know, at times I would say, you go back and look at your shot selections, and sometimes when you haven't touched the ball for a little while, that maybe a couple of those shots were, you know, a little bit longer than typical. You know, get your foot on the line, get a comfort zone, get a rhythm. You know, a lot of times we try to get him the ball in the low post, get him a score there, so we can get there, get to the free throw line. And you know, guys that are scorers, you see the ball go in the basket, you know, all of a sudden it's like a shark tasting blood. All of a sudden the game's on. I mean, I don't care how I put the ball in the basket. I got a layup, I got a free throw. Somehow I just saw the ball go in, and now I think I'm on fire. So, you know, it's one of the things you just got to play through.
You've got a fair amount of time before your next game. What's the emphasis going to be?
Well, you know, first of all, watch the film, go over our mistakes, keep working on getting better. You know, there'll be some time off, you know, obviously in there. I mean, based on what we need. But the main thing is, you know, get back to doing the things that helped us get some great wins on the year.